for the record, we still might be able to lie our way out of this situation.
When in doubt, lie some more.
Like a rug.
There's actually no ship here. Don't worry about it. Go home.
There is no giant cigar-shaped ship behind us.
The captain is so good at diplomacy, he might just pull that one off.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to High Level Games presents Star Trek Adventures with the crew of the USS Bonaventure, NCC 2835, pulled out of mothballs, sent to the armpit of the Federation with a brand new command staff, and given its own 5-year mission to deal with the delicate political situation of their new Federation member, the Castores, and their enemy, the Castorian enemies, the Tyneridea. When last we left our intrepid heroes, we were about to engage in a 5-way combat with the 2 Wanderer-class starships commanded by the Orions, the Bintek and the Bizrak, and 2 military surplus Klingon birds of prey. These are actually Burrell-class birds of prey, which is more important if you're listening to this in podcast than if you're watching us. If you're watching this, you notice I have the wrong ship up on the screen. That's just because that's the one that worked. And those ships are the Immeasurable and the Fathomless. And they're the Tyneridea ships. And of course, interposing between them and the Walians is the Bonaventure. I'm your game master, VP Quinn, and why don't you all introduce yourselves and tell us something about your character which we don't already know.
Oh, no pressure. I'm Vanessa. I'm playing Dr. Bassa Idem. And something you may not know about my character, that one of her former hosts was an expert in needlecraft. And so sometimes when I get stressed and I'm all alone and I can't do any doctoring things, I pull out some yarn.
Interesting.
Hi, everyone. I am Michael, playing your captain, Celis Argel. And something you may not know about the captain is that he doesn't like drumjestics. He thinks they're gross and way too sweet.
Interesting.
I'm Jake. I'm playing First Officer Cured Hex. Something you may not know about Cured Hex is he used to be quite a dancer until he had his injury, which replaced his leg with a cybernetic leg, and since then he hasn't been able to work up the nerve to dance again.
I'm Timothy. I play Marcus Barton. One thing that no one knows is that when Marcus isn't doing his calisthenics program on the holodeck, he is flying 20th century jets.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Ancient jets.
Ancient jets. It's something he found while he was in the Starfleet Academy.
That's interesting. Like, what era of 20th century? Like, we talking F4 Phantom or F-22 Raptor?
More F-18, F-16.
Ah, someone showed him Top Gun. Oh, no, that was the F-14 Tomcats. Never mind.
That's right.
All right.
That's right. Get it right, loser.
Committing the worst sin in the nerd lexicon, getting a detail about a pop culture thing wrong. All right, so here's how this is going to play out. Basically, there are 3 sides in this conflict. The Orions, the Tyneridea, and the Federation. We're going to go through a process of dealing with this combat. It's complicated. and I've never done it before, so we're gonna have to bear with me. And Aaron, if you're listening to this, good luck cutting this down to something that's actually listenable. Aaron is our lovely producer for the podcast series, which is going live right now. And which you can, of course, subscribe to on iTunes, Google Play, and Spotify under High Level Games. So we start off today's session with 8 threat in the kitty and 0 momentum.
Oh, I was thinking we had like 6 momentum. Pretty sure.
Yeah, pretty sure.
Pretty sure he did some miscalculations there.
Where did the cat come from?
What?
Huh?
You said in the kitty. There you go.
What are we doing to this poor cat?
You have lost 1 point of power because of a complication where you had to spend some extra power to get out here to investigate. So you're down to 16 power instead of your normal 17, which is, of course, quite a sizable amount of power for a ship. Your group has been split up amongst their stations. The command station is being held by the captain. Helm and navigation by Marcus Barton. Sensors by Kieran Hex. Security monitor by Xandra Thorstadter. Tactical systems by Ithrasi. Communications also by Kieran. And internal systems by David, your chief engineer, or acting chief. All of which is interesting and exciting, I'm sure. So, how this works is that unless I have a specific reason to take initiative away from you, the players always go first. So, why don't we start there, with the players going first? You can decide on the order that you want to go through. Who would like to start?
I guess that depends what our course of action is. Are we going to shoot first?
There's a lot of things you can do before you get to tactical.
Yeah.
First of all. And second of all, there is some strategizing that needs to be thought through, because there is a political component to this combat, right? Where you can press a political button and maybe encourage people to disembark. There's a psychological component, and there is just the pure tactical component, right? So there's a lot going on there, but I'll let you guys talk amongst yourselves.
So,
I'm a fan of the shield modulation, which happened quite a bit in our little training exercise.
From a tactical perspective, yeah.
Turned out to be really handy.
That was.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry. No, you.
I think probably for me the most pressing thing is right now we're very much in the middle of this fracas, even though it's like 2 versus 2 versus 1. So I think maybe moving to up into the side or up.
We're here for a reason, though.
Yeah, to protect that ship. If we move, we're not protecting.
It's not the place to be tactically, but we're also, like, tactically, we shouldn't be in this fight.
Yeah.
Well, we can't be any use to the Walians if we're blown up ourselves.
Well, I mean, if we just move out of the way and be like, here's a better shot for you.
Well, they're not necessarily attacking the Walian right now, right? Yeah. Everyone's dealing with each other for the right to deal with the Walians in the way they want to.
Yeah, focusing on the Walians right now means that they're not focusing on us, which I think they would consider a mistake.
Then do we want to choose our targets from a political perspective? In other words, fight the Orions rather than...
Yeah, or even protecting the Tyneridea from the Orions, moving the ship to... Impede the Orions.
One of the Tyneridea ships is targeting us, though.
Both of them are.
They all are.
The Bintech and the Immeasurable, or no, yeah, no.
Everyone is targeting their counterpart and us.
Yeah, everyone's targeting everyone, but it's kind of being paired off with the Fathomless and the Bintech are targeting the Bonaventure, and the Bizrak and the Immeasurable are kind of targeting each other. Like, obviously, with technology this advanced, they probably have target locks on every target that's out there, but they're kind of pairing off and turning to face their respective targets. So there's kind of a battle of 3 between the Bintech, Bonaventure, and the Fathomless, and a battle of 2 between the Bizrak and the Immeasurable.
So I want to just pull back slightly to see what they do, and see if maybe if we're a slightly more inconvenient target, they just target each other. Thoughts?
Seems kind of like the coward's way out. That's Marcus's disgruntled feeling. He'll do it if you order him, but
I think our options here, from a battle perspective, it makes the most sense to move out and pick our targets. I think there's a lot more to be gained from putting ourselves in harm's way, at least initially, when we have a ton of shields, energy, resistance, all that stuff, to make a statement. And I think there's a lot to be gained politically. We're trying to, the Orions.
We're going to show ourselves as being strong in this sector now, right?
Now, I am going to reward myself 1 threat, and I'll continue to reward myself a threat about on the rate of every 30 seconds this conversation can.
What?
Fantastic.
30 seconds?
Let's start awarding ourselves momentum.
On in the every 15 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so for now we're going to stay put.
And modulate shields. Let's do that.
That we not shoot first and modulate them shields.
So let's take defensive posture. Do you want to face a direction? Because that's important.
Suggestions, team?
Face the Orions.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's face them, Orions.
Okay, let's start with Helm.
So, Helm.
Okay.
Point us at the Orions.
So your shields are up. Red alert is blaring. The klaxon has cut off at this point. Now, just to give you an idea of what this looks like, the Walian ship looms large over the entire background. It is basically in every camera shot of this combat, in the background will be this giant 80-kilometer long cigar-shaped ship. That being said, when the camera kind of comes in on the group of ships that are here, Wanderer-class ships and the Burrell-class birds of prey are significantly smaller than the Excelsior. Excelsior-class ship, until the Galaxy-class, was the biggest ship of the line the Federation. So you are looming very large over these much smaller ships. That's probably important to keep in mind just as you're visualizing things. But yeah, let's get started on what we're going to do. Now, if we're going to start... Oh, go ahead.
Just thinking about our conversation last week, kind of like to settle on general orders. Captain will pipe up during his turn, but during your turns, just executing those orders, in dialogue with us as best you see fit.
Perfect. Okay. And what 5 stations are we going to have act is also important. Because Helm's is going to act.
At the beginning of this, I need to know which 5 stations are going up.
Helms and engineering to modulate shields.
Engineering, which is internal system control.
That, yes.
What else? Quickly, I'm going to award myself more threat.
I can let's do sensors. I can attempt to intercept communications between the Orion ships.
Okay, helm, internal systems control, sensors, 2 more.
Shields are controlled by tactical.
Yep.
So tactical.
Oh yeah, tactical, not
systems.
internal systems. It's tactical as modulate shields.
Already made the choice. All right, 1 more. So you have navigation, tactical, security monitor, and communication command.
Well, we need tactical.
It's already down.
Okay.
I'm ordering myself 1 more threat.
Communications.
Communications? Okay. All right. So, starting it off with Helm. Helm, that is Marcus Barton's turn then.
Okay. Marcus starts plunking away at his board and says, turning to face the Orions.
Okay. So, as Helm, are you actually doing a maneuver? Because just turning to face them is basically a free action.
My orders were face the Orions and stay put, so it's just turning.
Okay. So, you're going to pass on your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. So the Bonaventure turns towards the Bintech, away from the Fathomless, showing its back to the Fathomless, and kind of angles itself between them and the Bintech. You're not sure how that's taken, but it is certainly an aggressive maneuver. Next up comes... Let's see. I'll go Bonaventure, Bintech, Fathomless, Bizrak, Immeasurable. Okay. Whew, it's going to be a lot. Okay.
Don't we take all our actions before they take theirs?
No, you trade. You took an action.
Oh.
Now
I want all of us
action.
went. Gotcha.
That's what I understood
No,
from last
you
time.
start the initiative.
Oh.
So you don't like roll for initiative in this. You just keep going back.
Should have modulated shields first.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was it. I was waiting for. I just thought we went after Marcus to modulate. So.
All right.
So the Bintech is going to do a sensor sweep on the Bonaventure. This is a Reason plus Science task assisted by the Sensors plus Science of the craft. Okay, let's see. Sensors on the Bintech are an 8. The Science is a 1. So let's roll for the Bintech first. Assist. No successes. And then for the officer doing it, 2 successes. All right, so they certainly get a sensor suite with difficulty of 0. So what they have done is they have done a full sensor sweep of the Bonaventure at this point. You can assume that they have a sense of your capabilities now. All right. Next up is the Fathomless. The Fathomless is going to...
Could you show us which names are on there? Can you make that viewable for us?
Yeah, that would be really helpful.
I can't yet.
Oh, okay.
Could you just change the picture then? Just something to differentiate them?
So, let's see.
Turn one upside down, maybe.
That works. That
yeah,
that's great.
That's perfect.
That's perfect.
That's the Bintech.
Okay, perfect.
That's the Fathomless. See that?
Yes.
Yes. Perfect.
Okay. So the Bintech just kind of staying where it is. It begins scanning you very quickly. The Fathomless turns in towards you and the Bintech as it is going to modulate shields. Has a power requirement of 1. And modulating shields is a control plus security task. That is 1 success. How many successes does it? It's a the difficulty of 2. Okay, so now the Fathomless needs to assist. The Fathomless has a and it's weapons plus security.
Structure security. Or structure engineering.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Structure plus engineering. Structure is 7. Engineering is 1. So that's an 8. They need 1 success out of the deal, and they got it. So they modulate shields. And they're going... I'm going to spend 3 threat plus the 1 they get, bringing the threat down to 7. To increase the resistance by 4. All right. Now the Bizrak is going to maneuver, but I'm not going to roll this stuff because you're not actually part of this combat as such. So I thought it would be to August after that. The Bizrak moves away from the combat a little bit with its maneuver by 1 square or 1 zone, and the Immeasurable just immediately opens fire on the Bizrak phase with the Disruptor, using its Disruptor cannons, which are still quite adequate, even though this is Klingon military surplus, because, well, if there's anything that Klingons like to have on their ship, it was really good. All right, back up to the Bonaventure. So Marcus has gone. Who's up?
Tactical, modulate shields.
Modulate shields.
Tactical for modulating shields. So that's Ithrasi. So modulating shields is a control plus security task.
Do you want me to roll it?
Somebody has to.
Sure. Okay. I'll run it. Control plus security. Can I use shipboard tactical systems focus?
Shipboard tactical system?
Seems fitting.
That's my focus.
Absolutely.
Yep.
That's 3 successes. Not bad at all. And the Bonaventure can assist with the structure plus engineering. The Bonaventure's structure is 11 and its engineering is 5.
It's not very helpful. No. The Bonaventure is like, I don't really like this.
You only needed a 16 and you didn't get any successes on that. No. So a total of 3 successes, however. This is with difficulty of 1 and has a power requirement of 1. So you're down to 15 power at this point. And you increase your resistance by 1, but you have 3 momentum. Would you like to spend any momentum on increasing your resistance?
Captain?
Let's save the actually, let's spend some momentum now, and I'll rally next.
Sure. Okay. Let's blow it all. Let's get modulated.
Let's do it.
Using
modulation.
So you'll increase your resistance by 4. So it's now a 9. Pretty friggin' significant. All right, next up is the bin tech. Now the bin tech, let's see. Here we are. Ramming speed. No. They are going to engage in evasive actions. This daring plus con test. Wow. So that
They're
is
very evasive.
well, that is very evasive.
Mm-hmm.
In Star Wars lingo, they're listing lazily to the left. They know some maneuvers.
So they have 3 successes on their first roll. Of course, the Wanderer class ship can assist with an evasive action. So structure plus con. Their structure 9, con is 3, so that's 12. And that's a 4th success. No problem. No problem at all. So that means that a difficulty of 1, they exceeded it by 3. Until the flight controller's next turn, all attacks against that ship and all attacks made by the ship will increase their difficulty by 1, and this has a power requirement of 1. So now, as you turn to face and it scans you, it immediately starts going into evasive action. The Bizrak and the Immeasurable have begun to engage each other. You and the Fathomless are modulating your shields. Now it is on to the Fathomless. The Fathomless is going to take an attack pattern. So that is a daring plus con test. Neither of them are successes. And weapons plus con for the ship. Weapons. Old ships. No successes. No successes whatsoever, but they do burn that. They do burn a power.
Attack pattern. Sit on your hands. That's the attack
They
pattern.
probably are still
right, moving about.
They're just not being very effective.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the Bizrak and the Immeasurable are continuing to move off and trading phaser fire. So let's not focus on them. You do notice immediately, as your external sensors tell you, is that the Orion Wanderer class starships are a modern starship. The Immeasurable and the Fathomless just aren't.
So who shot first? Out of curiosity.
The Immeasurable. That would be not Zimpek, but the other general that is commanding that. And he seems to be quite aggressive. General Vlaseg.
I always liked him.
He seemed like the guy to go first, yeah.
All right, back to the Bonaventure. So the Bonaventure has sensors, communication, and internal systems. Who's up next? That's Zandra, Kirid, and David.
There's nothing we can do with internal systems, so it'll be one of mine. So why don't we just do communications?
Okay. Communications? What are you going to do?
I'm going to attempt to intercept communiques. Communications officer seeks to pick up and decipher transmission of others. They select a single vessel within long range to intercept communications from.
Okay.
But now the question I have for the rest of the crew, which ship should I intercept communications from?
I think one of the, I mean, if we're look, if we need an advantage on any ships, I think it is the Orion ships.
Yeah.
Done.
So one of those two.
So, and I'm going to do the Bizrak, right? That one?
Bintech.
Bintech. I'm going to intercept Bizrak's communication. He'll never be safe. So that's an insight plus engineering roll.
That's right.
It's a ship assisted by the ship.
Yep.
I am crap at engineering, so this should be fun.
Well, you're rolling under... oh, no, this is Kieran.
This is me. Would combat tactics work here?
No.
Okay. I figured that was a stretch.
One success so far.
And the ship.
Ooh, nice.
Mm.
Oh, and one not nice.
Less nice.
One nice and then one not nice.
So that's 2 successes. You do, however, roll a complication, and I'm not going to let you just spend that complication to get rid of or spend the momentum you've just earned to get rid of that complication. I would like, Jake, I would like you to roll a d6.
D6, okay.
So what happens is there's an immediate malfunction in the chambers coil. It's an engineering malfunction. And so what that is... so the chambers coil malfunction means that until that is fixed, any power spend will cost double.
All right.
Get on to fixing that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that's that. Next up is the bin.
Well, did I succeed? I mean...
Oh, yeah, you succeeded. So what you have is the Bintech and the Bizrak are furiously communicating. They're pretty confident about their issue with the immeasurable and the fathomless. But they... what you get is Ozarkzo is saying we need to take out the immeasurable as quickly as possible so that we can double team the Bonaventure.
All right.
Got. They don't seem to be like calling for help or anything. That's
nice.
I like that. That's good.
That was one of my big concerns.
All right, next up is the Bintech. Now, the Bintech at this point is going to... They are going to... They're going to fire... their weapon. They're going to fire their weapon. Yeah. So they're going to fire a disruptor. Their disruptor banks, which has the vicious 1 quality. Vicious. Vicious attacks inflict X additional damage for each effect rolled. So they turn on the Bonaventure. They see that you're working. They're communicating back and forth, and it's just fire. And their disruptor banks just lay into the Bonaventure. So they are going to first make their rolls. That is 1 success. They need 2 to hit. And now they need to make a control plus security task plus a weapons play. Weapons security. Okay. They only got 1 success. I'm going to spend a threat to make it 2 successes, so they hit. Now they are going to their damage dice, which they are then going to spend 2 threat to add 2 more dice to it. This is 9 damage dice they're going to roll.
Eesh.
What do we got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, plus 3 effect.
7 damage plus 3 effect. So the effect is vicious, which adds another point of damage. That's 10 damage total. So the Bonaventure has a resistance of 9 right now, which means that only 1 point of that damage gets through. And so you take 1 point of shield damage, you drop from 13 shield to 12 shield.
That's horrifying.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
But your resistance drops down to your base resistance of 5. So this huge overloaded power disruptor banks just blast into you. Probably multiple shots arc off, and your shields do hold. They take a little bit of a hit, but the shields absorb the impact, and you're really no worse for wear. Fair enough?
Yeah.
All right.
We got this.
All right.
We got this.
Next up, so we tried to do an attack pattern, and that didn't go so well. So I think what they're going to do, can't do a helm act again. I think they're going to try to maneuver, actually.
Isn't that
No,
a
they
helm
can't.
action?
They helm action again.
It's sometimes tough to decide what to do because of the way it's all set up, huh?
Well, Ricky, I have to take into consideration all the things.
Yeah, everything's so specific, right?
Mm-hmm. No, they haven't done that. They're going to scan for weaknesses. So that is a control plus science task. They're scanning you because they're not convinced that you're trying to help them in any way. That's 2 successes, and then no successes. So that's 2 successes. Scan for weaknesses is a difficulty 1, so they get it. Oh, that's a difficulty 2 for them, which they still get. Okay. The next attack before the end of the sensor's operator's next turn gains the Piercing 2 quality, ignoring 2 of the target's resistance per effect rolled. Further, if any bonus d20s are purchased for that next attack, it inflicts a 1 additional challenge dice for each bonus d20. Okay, so they have scanned you for weaknesses, and they've got 1. All right, the Bizrak and the Immeasurable continue to trade punches off to the side, and it's back to the Bonaventure. Now, NPC ships and all ships can really only do as many things as they have a scale to do. You have a scale of 5, they have a scale of 3, so they're done.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, so I was content to sit here and, not be the aggressor. but the Orions have fired on us, so I feel like it's game on.
It's true.
It's always the quiet ones that snap.
So crew, general order to close distance with the other Orion ship, or the ship that just fired on us.
Bintech.
The Bintech. So to close distance with the Bintech and to disable or destroy it, depending.
Can I just say that I'm actually picturing the captain just like you got rocked in the bridge as the shot came in. There's fighting happening outside between the Bizrak and the Immeasurable. The Fathomless is scanning you from weaknesses. And in this, your crew turns to you in that moment, looking for direction, and you're just like, okay, ways. I really believe that it's time to destroy that motherfucker.
Destroy or disable.
Disable or destroy.
Or destroy. Yeah.
I think the line probably that would make it into the script would, after the smash. So he just shot my ship. All right, game on. All right. So that's you have sensors and internal systems left.
So
game on.
If with sensors and internal systems left, if we scan for weakness now, does that carry over to the next turn when tactical can go?
Ooh, you know what? I also just realized I'm only supposed to let each one of your players go once a turn, and Kieran's already gone.
Okay.
So I'm gonna remove sensors and add in command.
Okay. So if command is going, I'm gonna be super inspirational and rally everyone.
Use the phrase "game on." It's super.
Game on.
Yeah, that was pretty rallying. Presence plus command task. Let's see just how inspirational you were, Captain.
Okay, so presence plus command and team dynamics is a specialty. I feel like that applies.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That is one success. So that gives you momentum where there was none before. So an infinite improvement over your previous momentum situation.
And somehow, yet still mediocre.
I was trying to put the best construction on it.
You gotta add something to your game on. There's gonna be like game on, pitchy thing right after.
Yeah.
All right. Next up is the last one: internal systems.
There's nothing we can do.
Oh, does internal systems not need to fix that complication?
Yeah.
That would be engineering.
That's internal systems and main engineering.
Oh, well, internal systems can do so then.
Yeah. And anybody on the bridge can make a task. But isn't internal systems also damage control?
Yes, so that we do have damage now. But that's breaches.
Yeah, it's repair a single breach.
But chooses a single damage or disabled system. Does this count as a disabled system?
You can. Yeah, I'll say it is. It's a complication. Cool. It's just, as you guys are getting up and running, some of these old systems haven't been pushed through their paces. And what did I say happened to you guys? The chambers coil started to malfunction. And while that's not a career-ending problem, in combat that could be really inefficient. So they just want to tighten that up really quick while they're going. So yeah, a damage control is a presence plus engineering task for David.
Who's playing David?
The captain.
Do you want me to...
Oh. That's it.
So David. Sorry, that's a what task?
Presence plus engineering.
Okay, presence. I'm not optimistic that this is going to go well.
It's a complication, so it's a level 0 task.
Applicable focus for David.
Well, it's a Chambers coil, so that definitely is part of the warp core.
All right. So, yes, it applies.
Ooh, looking good.
All
Mhm.
right, so that is 2 successes for him, so bringing your momentum total up to 3, and the complication is removed.
May I point out that that was more inspiring than the captain's speech, what he just did there.
Yeah.
You know what's
Twice
swore at
as
it.
inspiring.
You know what's
David, that was awesome.
you know what's even more inspiring? I just realized that it reduces the difficulty by 1. Oh, it can only reduce it. It's at 0. Because if he's in main engineering, any engineering task, he reduces the difficulty by 1. But it was already at 0. So don't get any out of the deal.
It doesn't go to -1?
No.
Doesn't use integers?
That
No.
sucks.
No. Oh, okay.
Robbery.
All right. Next up is the top of the next turn. So what? Instead of systems, I need you to pick people. That's where I went wrong the first time around.
All right.
So person, the captain.
Okay.
That's my vote.
Person Ithrasi.
Rossi. Okay.
Person Marcus.
Marcus.
Yes.
Okay.
David.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
And why don't we do, was it Xandra who was on internal system, damage control?
Yeah, security monitor is Sandra.
But do you, like for the one who does damage control, do you think that's a good plan?
Damage control is internal systems. That's David. We've already got
That's
it.
David.
Oh, okay.
Right now, it's Captain, Marcus, Ithrasi, and David. Who
We
else?
do need helm.
That's
That
Marcus.
does, we already got that. That's me.
Oh, okay, right.
Let's see. I guess I like Kira can go then as well because they just there's not much useful I can do, but
Okay.
Can scan for weaknesses.
that's what I'll do.
All right.
That's useful.
Then let's start. Who's up first?
Captain, what do you think?
What do I think in as far as who should go first, or should I go first?
No, who should go first? If you think you should go first, then go first.
Well, we all have our general orders from last turn, which are to close distance with the Bintech.
And game on.
Game on.
Game on.
So I think the first to go should be Helm.
Okay.
Okay.
Marcus,
Okay.
you're up.
Okay, and just be sure this one's the Bintech,
That's
right?
right.
Yes.
All right. Then we shall maneuver closer to the ship.
Okay.
Is there any way you could combine that with like combat?
Could I make it into an attack pattern?
Yeah, like could you attack
Yeah.
pattern move?
No.
Or does the attack pattern not leave?
The thing is that the zones that you're in are astronomically large, right?
Gotcha.
Depending
So if
on,
we-
and you're in open space, so we might have been talking hundreds of thousands of kilometers in that zone, and so your attack pattern, you could be flying all over the place and not leave that zone. To maneuver, you're actually making the distance.
I think like doing an attack pattern when no one's around is just like showing off. Like when you're like a kid and be like, look at what I can do.
Totally
I
should
know
just show
karate.
off. Yeah,
Look at this.
back off, everyone.
Yeah.
Are you
I'm
scared
imagining
now?
if we recall the market scene from one of the Indiana Jones movies, and the guy's like swinging around his scimitars,
Right. Yeah.
and then Indiana Jones just shoots him.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
what I think of.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Let's be the scimitar guy. We're already shot. I think it fits.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
We're
maneuver.
maneuvering.
Okay. You're using the ship's thrusters to adjust position and moves anywhere with medium range. This is
Yeah.
a control plus con task with a difficulty of 0.
Oh
You
yeah,
can
medium is one zone away. I forgot
Right.
that.
And I have the focus of Helm's operations.
That'll do, yeah. That's 2 successes, and the Bonaventure can assist with engines plus con. Engines are at 11, and con is 2. 13 total. Somebody needs to roll that.
I'm getting there. Hold on.
It's going.
Ooh, nice.
That's one more success. So a total of 3 successes. So that maxes out your momentum at 6, and the Bonaventure moves into position, having turned to face the Bintech. The Bintech starts firing like crazy at the Bonaventure. The Bonaventure starts coming in. I can just picture that great sound effect that's happening in space for some reason, as the disruptor array is just pounding the modulated shields, and like a little bit's getting through and being taken, and the Bonaventure hasn't fired back, and it just keeps bearing down this much larger ship on the Bintech. Very cool. Very cool.
And communicating like game on. And just repeat, game on, game on, game on.
No, we're calling them and then just muting them.
That's it.
We're doing prank phone calls.
Your refrigerator's running.
So the Bintech is starting to get a little concerned by this whole process, and is decided, instead of firing at you with you coming in this close, they want to modulate their shields. So they're going to make a control plus security task. With 1 success, and then a weapons plus security. Weapons. Okay.
Isn't it structure and engineering?
Did I do that again?
Yep.
You did it again.
Okay, I'll keep the rolls, but structure.
Either way, you got
it's
it.
the same score actually.
Same
So that's
score.
two successes. So they are spending 1 power to continue taking evasive maneuvers.
I thought they were modulating.
Or no, you're right. They're modulating their shields.
Question for Quinn. Flash tactical.
Just before you do that, I've got to do simple math.
That's challenging.
So they're going to spend 4 threat, bringing the threat total down to 2. And by doing so, they're going to increase their resistance by 5. Okay, go ahead, Michael.
So shield modulation lasts until
you take any damage.
Take any damage or are attacked?
No, take any damage. It actually has to overcome your resistance, and once it does, then... So the idea behind remodulating your shields is you're putting it on a different frequency that the weapons can't breach because they don't know it. And the moment they get through it, that modulation no longer kind of is effective.
Okay.
Right? So that's kind of the idea that we saw it a lot with the Borg. They tended to have to remodulate their shields every time a new weapon came in, and to a certain point it just wasn't effective anymore. So they've remodulated their shields. Everybody's remodulated their shields in this, but the Bonaventure's has been breached by the Bintech in a decisive attack. Next up is the Fathomless. Now, the Fathomless is actually a little concerned with this because they seem to be ignoring them completely, but they do have a weakness on you, right? They scanned you for weakness. So, not knowing what else to do, they're going to fire.
They could also go help their companion ship, who's probably getting the crap kicked out of it.
Yeah, but they're not doing that. They're going to fire a photon torpedo at you instead.
Rude.
We gave him an excellent suggestion.
This is a difficulty of 4. Nope, -1 is 3.
Yep. Difficulty of 4.
We're out of the range of the torpedo.
Yes, it's a difficulty of 4.
Yeah, but -1 because they have weakness on us, right?
Right.
No, it's still 4. If they hit, it gets piercing 2. That's what the weakness is.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, so I'm going to add 2 extra dice to this attack with threat. That's 5 hits. Six with the assistance of the Fathomless. General Zimpek knows what he's doing. Fires a photon torpedo from long range as you turn your back on him. That photon torpedo is gonna smashy. All right. Now, since he added 2 dice, I'll look that up again. Scan for weakness. Where's scan for weakness?
Scan for weakness is on 223.
Thank you.
Gains piercing 2. That's
right. Then the vessel's next attack before the end of the sensor operator's next turn gains the piercing 2 quality, ignoring the target's resistance per effect roll.
You also get 2 extra challenge dice for damage.
2 extra challenge dice plus its original challenge dice, which is, I think, 5. And so that's 7 challenge dice. Ooh, doggy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, with ignoring 4 points of resistance.
7 points of damage, ignoring 4 points of resistance. That drops your resistance from 5 to 1.
Yeesh.
Taking 6 points of damage to your shields. But since you've done more than 5 points of damage in a single attack, that does cause a breach. 6.
You know, he's just a rude fellow. We're clearly ignoring him.
So, I agree. You might remember that when you showed up armed, what did General Vlasek say? Thank you for showing me back.
Fair point.
And you just turned your back on him. He might have interpreted that as a show of disrespect. Or he just saw the perfect opportunity. Who knows? He just scanned you for weaknesses. You turned your back on him. He's got a photon torpedo he's really good at. And then kaboom. So, since you have been hit badly, so your shields now drop to 6. Which is not great. And you do take a breach. So first things first, Captain, why don't you roll me a d20, a single d20.
Okay.
Okay, 18. That means it hits your weapons system.
No, great.
So that is an impacted. So whenever the weapons system suffers 1 or more breaches, it disrupts those functions temporarily. Until the tactical officer performs the restore minor action, the ship cannot make any attacks, nor can it attempt any other task which involve or would be assisted by the ship's weapons system. So with that explosion, he probably targeted your rear phaser banks and photon launcher, or your photon launcher, there was a huge explosion in your secondary hull, and there was some like sub explosions. Your whole bridge crew kind of lurches forward, sparks fly like crazy everywhere, and the lights kind of flicker on the bridge. As your tactics officer, Ithrasi, yells out, "Weapons are down! I can get them back up again." But we can't fire right now, Captain.
Should get to getting them back up.
Probably a good idea. Back to you guys. So the captain or who went first? That was Helm?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's how.
Okay. So you
Tactical?
have... Boom.
Ithrasi? Let's get it up. Let's get it working.
Let's get it up.
Thank you, Pastor.
Oi.
Tactical need to perform.
Aaron, can you cut that out of the podcast version for me? It's a personal favor. Thank you.
I like it.
Does tactical need to use their turn in order to
Do the restore action? Yes.
Yeah. Or could the captain in this case use the direct command to do that and then allow the tactical officer to fire on their turn?
Yeah, so what you can do is you can have the tactical officer do the restore minor action now, and then when it comes around to you again, you can do your direct action, which allows somebody to go immediately.
Okay.
It gives you kind of an extra turn, allowing Ithrasi to fire that. That's kind of like one of the things you can do is you can get extra stuff out of your crew.
Perfect. Do that.
Yeah, so Ithrasi needs to get on fixing that system.
All right. Oh, yes. Ithrasi needs to do a... let's see. That is going to be a reason plus engineering test.
All right.
Or a reason plus security test. Screw that. It's tactical.
Reason plus security.
Mm-hmm.
Can I use my shipboard tactical focus then?
No. You have like 6 momentum, though.
All right. But it's a minor task. Let's try it. Can the computer assist, or it's just Ithrasi?
Just Ithrasi.
It's all on you.
No
You can
pressure.
do this.
Don't fail us now.
1 success. The weapons systems comes online. She's just... And
Woo!
Ithrasi's like, "I've got everything back up and running, sir. The rear phaser banks have taken a lot of damage, though."
Good to know.
Meanwhile, you probably get a damage report come up, or an injury report come up from sick bay, saying that they're starting to see minor burns coming in from the torpedo bay.
Is Kirid up this round?
I am playing this round, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but right now it is up to the Bintech.
What would you have me do, Captain?
When it's your turn, the Bintech is super... those shields are super modulated, so scanning for weakness.
You got it, sir.
Okay, let's see. Now, what has the Bintech already done this? They modulated their shields, right? Then you came in, and the Fathomless shot a photon torpedo into rear. I mean, one good turn deserves another. So they are going to... Yeah, I think they're going to fire their disruptor banks at you again. All right. This could be bad.
Just so you know, it's really gross out here in Edmonton.
Yeah, it's like...
And the geese are yelling outside. They are so angry.
Yeah, the Canada geese have come in, and they're so confused because it's still winter.
And it was so gross today. Like, slushy snow everywhere. And they are, like, wandering around our backyard angry.
Understandable.
Gangs of Canadian geese, as it happens in Canada. That's just a normal thing. All right, there's one success. And 2 more successes. That is a full success. So they are going to be able to do their damage. That's 7 challenge dice with the vicious. We got
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 with 1 effect.
That's 9 damage. Oof. So what happens is we'd reduce that by a resistance, which is 5. That means 4 damage gets through, which does not cause a breach.
That's nice.
But you'll hear Xandra start yelling, is like, shields down to 10%, Captain. We can't take another hit.
David's up this round. Let's let him redirect some power.
Yeah, so your
Or
shields are
recharge
down
the
to
shields.
2.
Okay.
All right. Now for the Fathomless. Fathomless has already fired this round. Thank goodness for small favors. They are going to maneuver because you're getting away from them, but they are more concerned about their friend in the immeasurable, so they're going to maneuver a little bit south to try to take to help out the immeasurable against the Bizrak, because the immeasurable is having about as shitty a time with the Bizrak as you're having with the Bintech. The only difference is that they didn't get like a sneak photon torpedo up their ass. So let's see, control plus con test. That's 1. That's 2, 3. So yeah, the Fathomless maneuvers closer to the immeasurable. But by so doing, is closer to you as well. Which is a pretty solid tactical decision all around. All right, so now the Bizrak has both the immeasurable and the Fathomless to deal with. The Bonaventure has taken a breach, brought its weapon systems back online. Those disruptor banks are crazy on the Orion vessels. It's up to the Bonaventure again.
So David can take a turn.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm thinking David should regenerate the shields.
Regenerate those shields.
Okay.
We have momentum.
So that is a control plus engineering task with a difficulty of 1. Since he's in engineering, that's a difficulty 0.
Okay. So control. His control, not great. His engineering, much better. And is there an applicable focus here?
You tell us.
Warp field, probably not.
Okay.
Okay.
So David's yelling up, I'm trying everything I can to modulate the shields, or to regenerate the shields. I'll try to get you more power. There's 1 success, so it was reduced to a 0. That's already good. Now a structure plus engineering. Who's rolling that?
I think the captain should still.
Mm-hmm.
Structure plus.
I guess you don't need to roll that because you're not going to get anything.
No, we're successful.
You're successful and you're at maximum momentum. So you gain 2 points of shields automatically. Your shields now increase to 4.
Question: with the momentum he generates with this roll, can we immediately spend it
No.
without it going into our saved banks?
No. Not when you're at
Okay.
maximum momentum. You do have, however, 6 momentum you can spend, and for every momentum, you can add 2 more points into your shields.
Let's get those shields up.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 4.
Your shield's maximum is 13.
So
So
let's
yeah,
go
if
to
we
that.
spend 4 momentum, we'll have 12 shields.
Perfect.
Yeah, sounds great.
Okay. 4 momentum spent. Your shields are back up to 12. David yells that he's giving you all the power he can into shields, Captain.
Would you say he's given her all she's got?
I knew someone. All right. So David regenerates the shields back up. You are venting some plasma. There's still like small explosions coming up from where your weapon systems in the rear were hit. And now it is up to the bin tech. Now the bin tech has fired already. What has the bin tech done? The bin tech fired and did what?
Remodulated.
Remodulated their shields. Okay. So,
I don't think they've done the tactic of Irish jig, so maybe that's what they're going to do for this round.
good.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Solid tactic.
Mm-hmm.
I hear the
What I
Orions are particularly deadly at the Irish jig.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Stop
what I
offering suggestions. I'm very helpful that way.
Thank you. Really appreciate that. They are going to take evasive action, spending a power to do so. Those are 2 successes. And 1 more success, so they're quite evasive-y. So evasive action means that attacks against their ship difficulty increases in difficulty by 1.
Okay.
As you're coming up, they start taking evasive action as they are waiting for their disruptor array to regenerate, and so they can. They're pretty sure if they keep pounding you like that, they can take you out at this point.
That seems like a reasonable conclusion.
All right. Next up is the Fathomless. The Fathomless joins the attack on the Bizrak, so I won't deal with them right now. Now, what has happened is that they've all gone there 3 times for their scale. So you have 2 actions, 1 for the captain and 1 for Kirid. Who goes first?
I'll just go first and do the scan for weaknesses.
Okay.
And so...
That is a control plus science task with a difficulty of 1.
All right. Let's see how this works.
That's 1 success, so you're at least successful. Sensors plus security on the Bonaventure.
Okay.
2 more successes. So you have increased your momentum from 2 to 4, and you now have scanned for weaknesses. Next up is the captain.
So the captain is going to direct Ithrasi to fire on the Bintech.
Fire on Bizarak. It's not his day.
All right. So you can only use this once per scene. Be clear. This is a 1-shot. You can never use this again in this combat. Right?
What other things can
That's
the
what I was
captain
afraid
do?
of.
So you choose Ithrosi to fire. Ithrosi does so. So firing weapons, and you can assist on that firing.
So if I'm assisting, what is the mechanic for rolling that?
So you would use your command skill and roll a d20, and if you get a success on that, add that success. But first, we'll have a Ithrosi roll. So what are you firing, first of all?
I'm going to fire our phasers.
Fire your phasers. Okay?
Phasers.
All right.
So that's control and security. And I have shipboard tactical, which would apply. That's not good.
Oh, crap.
Oof.
There's one success and a complication. Would you like to spend a momentum to get rid of that complication?
Do it.
Yeah.
Yes, let's do
You're
that.
down to 3 momentum. Now the ship has to assist.
Ship, what's going on?
No successes.
And now captain.
And now the captain. The only chance you have to succeed
Come
right
on.
now.
One.
Can he buy any dice?
Yes,
our
of course you can buy dice. You have 3 momentum left.
Buy
Spend a
'em.
momentum.
Let's
Buy one.
spend that momentum.
Okay, 1
Do you want to
momentum.
spend all of it?
So
Or
if you spend 3, you get 2 dice. Spend 1, you get 1 dice.
Thoughts?
just if we hit with our phaser bank, we get 2 momentum back, as the weapon is versatile too.
All right, so let's spend the 3.
Spend 3, so you have 3 dice to roll.
Okay, and this is a control plus command.
It's a presence plus command, I would think, but I don't know the actual action.
Let's see, direct. Assist the task using the command skill. So it's command skill alone.
Oh well.
Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
So when it asks me to select an attribute to roll with,
Command. Oh,
But it has
right,
to be 2. Yeah.
Right. Then I'm going to give you 2 as at present. The most sense.
okay, and we're rolling how many?
3 dice.
3.
Okay, so 3d20,
Or, yeah. 4d20,
Yep.
actually.
4d20. Yeah. Okay, applicable focus, yes. Team dynamics, and
Oh,
Nice.
that looks
4
good.
successes.
Nice.
Wow.
So
Okay.
that is 3 more successes than you got. So that's 3 plus 2 momentum, which is 5 total momentum. And I'll allow you to spend all that momentum right now, should you desire. Now, because of your enormous size, the damage your phaser banks do is your scale plus your security. Your security is only a 2. Scale plus security. Security is only a 2, but your scale is a 5, so your phaser banks do 7 challenge dice.
yeah, I vote we spend all of our momentum.
Yeah, how are you going to spend
I
it?
vote you spend it on energy drain.
Ooh.
So
But that would be an after the fact thing, I think.
Yeah.
Unless you just
I would
want to
agree
straight up
with that.
murder them, but I don't feel like we should be straight up murdery.
So you have a few options.
Mhm.
Bonus damage, penetration, reroll damage, devastating attack, swift task, or power loss. These are Starship combat momentums.
Thoughts? So power drain, yes, I think would be useful. I'm
You
more
mean power
concerned
loss?
with power
Power
loss.
loss. Yeah.
I'm more concerned with like power loss would be cool. What I want to do right now is just punch through the shields.
They did
That would be
spend some time
good.
modulating the shield.
Yeah.
So
that's-
the
good point.
penetration? Yeah.
Yes, that would be penetration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So how many momentum do you want to spend on penetration?
Don't we get to determine that afterwards?
After what?
After we roll damage?
Yeah, that's how we've
Really
always played it.
say, but yeah, okay.
That's how we played it in the sim run about.
You're probably right.
It says the damage inflicted by the current attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. So you get 7 challenge dice. Roll for damage first on your phaser, and you do reduce power by 1.
Mhm.
Okay.
Your power drops to 14.
Okay. So what? How many?
7d6.
7d6.
7d6. Oh, sorry, my bad. Ignore that.
No, we
Six
can
more.
keep that one.
6 more.
6
Roll
more.
6 more.
6 more d6. Okay.
That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with 3 effects. Or no, 4 effects. But we don't have any effects on it. Oh, we do. We have a weakness.
Oh,
we
right.
ignore 8 points of his resistance.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
8
I
points?
forgot about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Why 8 points? I don't remember that.
because we scan for weakness, which means this attack gets piercing 2.
Mhm.
We have 4 effects, so it ignores 2 points of resistance per effect rolled. 4 effects times 2 is 8.
But you ignore 8 resistance. That's not bad. Is there any more? And how much damage total?
That would be 7
How-
damage total.
What do you want to spend your momentum on?
We don't need to spend it on penetration because we had the scan for weakness. I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, no, we
Yeah.
don't need that.
I'd vote for power loss. Get them to...
I would too. I don't want to just straight up destroy them. That seems
No.
on Starfleet-esque.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do power loss.
How many momentum would you like to spend on power loss?
We should be able to spend... How many did he earn from that roll? Did he earn 3?
So you have a total of 5 momentum.
We can take 5 power right now.
Did you add 2 for the
So total
successful
is
shot of the
6.
phaser bank? Yeah. So I don't know how much power he has.
But yeah, might as well just try and power
Drain
him
it.
down completely.
Yeah.
How much power does he have? Do we know?
We don't know.
We haven't
don't know.
scanned him.
All right.
We don't know.
I think we should just dump it.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, all 6 momentum into power loss, which reduces power by a total of 6.
Yeah.
And
Also, we did a ton of damage, and he has a breach somewhere.
Yes.
so you did how much damage? 7?
7.
7.
But you ignored 8 resistance while doing it.
So, yes. And so his resistance of 9 means we did 6 points of damage total.
Oh, you did.
Yay! Yay, us!
You
Yeah.
hit us,
Getting
we
hit.
hit back. But in a
Takes
more
us a little
friendly
while.
way.
Yeah.
We could have just absolutely destroyed you, but we didn't.
All right, so you have done a significant amount of damage. I'm going to give myself 1 threat because of how dangerous that attack was on your enemy, but I will not add myself 2 threat because you made the choice to drain his power instead of, destroy him. Wow, the Bintech takes a beating. The modulated shields are down. His shields take a bunch of damage, and you definitely see explosions happening off the side of the saucer section. And one of his nacelles starts venting plasma. It looks like that was one hell of a shot.
Boom.
When I was telling you guys how the Bonaventure is pretty much a friggin' tank, I just want you to understand that you just took literally everything that the Fathomless and the Bintech could throw at you for 2 rounds, and you're pretty much no worse for wear. You've used a little bit of power, and you're down 1 point of your shields. You have taken a breach.
You're really very insensitive towards the people in sickbay with burns from that
Right.
explosion. Thank you very much.
That's fair.
Cruel, cruel, cruel.
I'm pretty sure they were minor burns, and everyone's already back to work.
And Dr. Bassa is excellent at her job. Just
That's true.
Yeah.
If she doesn't anesthetize them first.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, that was a hell of a thing. So that was the commander, and that is the end of that round. That was a hell of a thing. All right.
Awesome.
Top of the next round. Which 5 people would you like to go this round?
Ithrasi for sure.
Okay.
I think honestly the same 5. I don't see why it'd be any different.
So Ithrasi, David, Kirid, Marcus, and the captain.
Yeah.
What else can the captain do now that he's used his direct? Can he generate momentum every round?
Yeah.
I mean,
He can rally us all the time.
Therefore,
Game on. Game on.
Game
Game
on.
on. Game on.
game on.
So the
Good
captain.
shot. Game on.
Yeah, the captain can create advantages, rally, as well as do any kind of minor things that anybody can do. But,
Okay, gotcha. Okay. I still want the captain to go. I mean,
yeah, the captain with rally generally just is a momentum creating machine, which is pretty important. You're down to 0 momentum.
Okay.
So who's going first?
well, now see, it's now we need to decide what we're going to do now. I mean, do we continue to shoot at the Bintech?
I'd like some kind of analysis as to how disabled the Bintech is. So
I can do a sensor sweep.
I don't want to start moving towards the other ships and have it, still
roar back to life and
it
shoot us in the
will.
butt.
It will. They can divert power. They can do.
They can divert power. They can regenerate shields.
Yeah.
Any option that you have, they have it as well.
Yeah.
So this round, priority finding out how disabled the Bintech is, and if it's not disabled enough, disabling it more.
I like it. Why don't we have Kieran go first, and I'll do a sensor sweep and attempt to ascertain this information.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Fair enough.
That's a reason plus science task, assisted by sensors plus science.
I really wish I would have built my science character with more, reason.
Science. Oh.
Yeah. No,
Wait, you're a science officer? You don't have a reason?
No, I don't. I have a reason.
I just like to do science for fun.
I just like to do science in a very daring way.
Okay, that is a 1 difficulty.
Oh, here's the ship anyway.
Oh, crap. Ship.
That's a 2nd difficulty and a complication. You can remove
that
the
one
complication.
momentum.
No, you don't have any momentum, but you can give me a point of threat, and you don't have to deal with the complication.
I don't like giving you threat.
Well, complication, I'd rather he have threat than complication. That means he adds a die versus we have to spend one character's action doing something.
Yeah.
True.
All right. All right.
Absolutely. Take your threat, sir.
Okay.
Be gone.
So that is 2. So you definitely have 2 momentum built up after that. And here's what I'm going to do. Can you see the Bintech's nameplate and stuff now?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, if you click on it, it'll open up its information for you.
Ooh. Double click.
So the red, of course, is the resistance. The green is the power, and the blue is the shields.
All right.
Okay.
Ooh, only 2 power? That's pretty good.
Attack pattern
Guys,
and hit him again.
It was doing a whole bunch of power-intensive maneuvers, and then you sucked it dry of like 6 power.
It's excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Seems like we have a little bit more disabling to do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
All right,
Yep.
so its turn. It's freaking out, so it's going to regenerate shields. Is what it's going to do. That's one success. And one success. Does regenerate shields is a difficulty 0?
For them, it's a
Nope,
difficulty 2,
difficulty.
unfortunately.
No, it's a difficulty 0. What? Messing with me?
Yeah?
All right.
What else would
So
I
it
be
gets
doing?
back 2 points of shields plus a point, plus 2 more points for each momentum spend. So it's going to spend all of my threat to bring its shields up to 9.
How much threat did you have?
Yeah.
I thought you just had 1.
I had 2. But each
Oh.
threat gets me 2
Oh,
points
right.
of shield. That's
Right,
4. That's 4, 6. It had 5, so 11. 11 shield. All right. So it's regenerating its shields madly. It does have a power cost of 1 to do that, which is getting hard to deal with. Okay, effects of the battle over here. We're going to go that, and we're going to go this. That's a thing that's happening.
I like what's going on over there.
Yes, it is riveting.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
amazing how this is happening.
All right. So that's what the Bintech does. At this point, the immeasurable goes to warp, immediately leaving the combat.
Oh.
By measurable.
It was doing really badly, and it just completely left combat. Now the Fathomless is left with the Bizrak by itself.
Oh, good.
The Fathomless and the Bizrak now are going to be trading some shots. All right, back to...
What was this about, like, honor fighting combat? Like, and then he just turns tail and runs.
Well, in the end, he doesn't want to get his ship destroyed.
He literally shot us in the back and fled the battle.
No, that was
No, that was the other
rogue
guy.
of the group.
No, that was
General
yeah.
Zimpek is still in the fight.
Oh, never mind then.
General Vlasek just fled.
Okay, that's fine. He's a coward.
Because while Zimpek was shooting you in the back, Vlasek was having to deal with the Bizrak by himself.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
All right, back to the Bonaventure. So let's see. You just did sensors. Who's up next?
Would you like an attack pattern?
Let's do an attack pattern.
Awesome.
I'm waiting for the.
You just really wanted to twirl your scimitars. I just know it.
Yep. Yep.
Hey.
So I'm just gonna double check. Daring and con.
Yeah. Which you're awesome at,
Yeah.
Difficulty of 2.
Okay. I have Helm's operations. Do we have any momentum, or did we use it all?
We should have a couple.
You have 2 momentum right now. You do have Helm's operation, which is an applicable focus.
Yeah. Do we want me to use momentum for 1 more dice?
It's up to you, Captain.
Let's use 1.
Okay.
Awesome.
Momentum for an extra dice. This does have a power requirement of 1, so you're down to 13. Oops. Oh!
Oh!
Yeah.
You're the man.
And the Bonaventure can assist.
Please do. Let's get this momentum back.
Weapons plus con.
Nice.
The 5
shabby.
total successes, bringing your momentum run up to 4. So basically, with that awesome of a roll with 2 natural ones, with 2 focuses hitting, that is a weapons plus con roll.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Wah wah.
I thought it was funny. That's the important thing.
Make sure to leave the long, awkward silence in the podcast. That's important.
Yes.
All right. So
Maybe make it longer.
Yeah. Just pause it for like 5 minutes.
Maybe put crickets in there.
Yes.
Yes.
Huh?
everybody's a critic. So all attacks made by the ship reduce the difficulty by 1. So that was Marcus. Now
And it looks sweet. That's important.
It does.
That's
look
right.
Sweet.
It's like our we know karate thing.
So regenerating the shields happened. Let's see. Here's the problem. They're down to 1 power. What do they do? Like, if they spend that power, they cannot spend that power to go to warp and leave. Things go badly.
There's Suckaroony.
So,
Does going to warp really only take 1 power?
in combat, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, generally, it doesn't really actually take power in just normal scenes and stuff. But in combat, you jumping out of warp in a dangerous situation takes 1 power, and it might take more if you are pursued.
Warp, it has a power requirement equal to the number of zones being moved.
I think you're looking at Impulse.
Nope. Impulse has a power requirement of 1. I'm looking at warp.
Oh, no. Going to warp.
Oh,
On
not as an
page
action.
219.
219.
Yeah.
I was in like fleeing and being cowardly.
Yeah. They're not Klingons.
That's fair. Live to fight another day.
Yeah. These are pirates and soldiers. Yeah. All right. So, let's see. What is the Bintech going to do? Can it? Power management? Let's see. Does power management require power? Because that would suck.
I really don't think it does.
The officer reroutes power from various systems, replenishing reserves or freeing up power for other uses. Yay! 1 point of power plus 1 point of power per momentum spend, which they don't have any momentum to spend, but they're going to try that.
They're gonna try and get 1 more power.
That's 1 success. That's 2. And that's what they need. So difficulty of 2, so they get 1 additional power. Rerouting power. All right. At this point, they are done, and now it's up to the Bonaventure. So you've gone into an attack pattern. They have regenerated their shields and rerouted some power, so they're obviously getting ready for another big push or something. And now it's up to you.
Can we suck their power dry again? Because that worked really
That
well
was
when we
really
did it
good.
last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can use any damage effects to do that. Can we not?
Yeah, if
Well, we
You
can
have
use
to-
momentum to do it
You have to use momentum to do it.
after a successful hit.
Yeah.
With a successful hit with the phasers, we'll get at least 2, and they have what, 2 power?
We have how many momentum?
4.
We have
Yeah, we have plenty.
Okay. Yeah.
Shoot them.
So let's
Let's shoot them.
I think Ethrasi needs to get shooting.
I will
Is
get
there-
shooting.
Is there any? Actually, we can spend momentum to re-roll. Well, I don't know. Just keep going. I'll keep thinking about it.
Let's go roll and see what we get first.
Yep.
Okay, Ithrasi is going to fire the weapon.
The
Oh.
weapon.
2 successes, and now the Bonaventure with weapons plus security. That's a third success, so you increase
Awesome.
momentum by 1 plus get 2 successful hit. So you're at maximum of 6 momentum. All right, now
Damage,
it's
and then
7 challenge dice for your phaser. I'm assuming this is phasers?
Well,
Yes.
naturally.
Yeah.
My
Of course.
main question is, like, I don't want Quinn to take threat out of it. Is there any way we can control the damage? Because, like, we're not trying to destroy the ship. We're
Right,
trying
we
to
just
drain
wanna
their power.
drain their
That's
power.
all we're trying to do with this shot.
I mean, phasers can be very precise, but right now in this combat situation, you're basically pointing something that is insanely destructive on almost a global scale and just pushing tons and tons of power through it at an enemy craft. So there's a limit to how much you can control it in this. Right
We
now,
can
you've
always spend
already
momentum
hit.
to re-roll dice.
Yes, if you want to
Case
get a
we do
lower
any damage.
result.
Oh, okay.
That's 7 challenge dice somebody needs.
I guess
You
I'll
got
do
it,
that.
Vanessa. You made the shot.
I did
Mhm.
make the shot.
It's all yours.
That is 1, 2, 3 damage only.
3 damage only.
And their resistance is 3. So unless we spend momentum to ignore their resistance, we won't do any damage to their shields. But if we're just trying to drain their power, we can do that whether or not we damage them or not.
So maybe that's a better idea.
Yeah.
What do you think, Captain?
I think our objective should be getting rid of that remaining 2 power.
So let's use 2
To momentum, drain their power.
momentum and
have
drain
that.
drain their power.
Okay. 2 momentum brings your momentum total down to 4, and you can drain their power down to 0.
Feel
I
pretty
like
good
this
about that.
tactic. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they're still dangerous. They have things they can do, but
They have torpedoes and they can still reroute power again.
Yep.
Can we looking through the rules here? But like make a specific attack to damage their weapon systems?
yes.
Okay.
It just increases the difficulty of targeting by 1.
Okay.
So now it's their turn.
Did they already have their 3 though?
No, this is their.
No, they just had 2. This is their last one.
Gotcha.
All right. So yeah, they are
Probably not too happy.
not too happy. They don't have any power left, so they're going to fire a photon torpedo.
Torpedoes need power, don't they?
Nope.
No,
No.
I don't.
No,
they
torpedoes are the ones that don't need power. Right.
That's right.
Right.
Seems silly, but
hmm
The torpedo misses.
woo!
Yeah.
The torpedo goes wide past you.
I'm going to say it's because of Marcus Barton's awesome attack pattern.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. Not distracted.
He showed him how he knew karate.
Yep. It's such an awesome attack pattern. They thought it was evasive.
Wait.
maneuver.
With that attack pattern, would that just reduce the difficulty of hitting?
Yep. No, it has nothing.
Okay.
It has
Nothing to
Oh.
do with evasion. No.
No,
Okay,
it
good.
would hit. Yeah.
This is just how awesome he rolled. It's
Yeah.
Okay.
effects.
Right. Let's.
Oh, look at the
Ooh.
colorful smoke coming out of the Bintech.
Ooh. It's not happy.
We thought we were fighting a starship. We're actually fighting a pinata.
I now have an overwhelming desire to smash it open and collect the candy inside.
All right. So the Bintech is powered down, fires a photon torpedo that goes wide. You guys now have the command position, the captain position, and David.
How much momentum do we have right now?
4.
4.
4.
4.
You should ask for surrender.
Yes.
We don't
Hey,
have anyone on communications right now.
But you can do that as a minor action, I think.
Is it like
Yeah.
hailing them a minor action?
Yeah.
Open a channel and just broadcast
Yeah.
surrender.
Minor action. Interact, change position, prepare, raise lower shields, and restore.
Yeah, I think this is a thing.
Yep.
Rats.
Oh, we can do that at the beginning of the next round. I mean, its function is going to happen on our turn.
Yeah. Okay.
Compose an email.
Get ready to send.
Send.
Rally.
To whom it may concern.
You look badly injured.
No, you look tired.
You look a little tired. I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
Do you want to just take a nap?
Could I use this turn? I could rally.
Yeah.
Could we, as we look at fighting the other Orion ship, create an advantage from what we've learned fighting this ship?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. I think the advantage is don't get shot and shoot them.
And just steal their power.
Yeah.
Normally uses control, insight, or reason plus command.
What kind of advantage would you like to create?
Some kind of tactical advantage, and we've learned how to blast through them really good.
Drain power.
Yeah.
Some kind of drain power thing.
Tell me that in Technobabble.
Oof.
We've learned from targeting their ship that they have the Wanderer class is robust in its own way, but it has an exposed EPS conduit on a particular section of its hull that if we just hammer away at, it will cause power
loss.
Okay. So targeting the EPS conduit is your advantage that you're going to create. Okay. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so so that is a control plus. No, that's command plus reason or control.
So I'm going to say that is a reason plus command.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No applicable focuses.
Ooh, nice.
Successes. So that's one more success than is required. And you have 5 momentum. And I can say that you have created an advantage that if you hit the EPS, or if you hit the Bintech, that it'll automatically cost it 1 power.
In the event it gets a power back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it will. Does this apply to the other ship as well, given that it's the same class?
No.
Okay.
Every ship is a little different. Remember when you created the Bonaventure and there was very specific built? All right. So
we also have David.
Now David. External systems control.
So what can he do that would benefit us right now?
Power management, regenerate shields, damage control, or transport.
Regenerate shields some more, I guess.
And just make the basic roll, and if we get a point of shields back,
great.
More is the better.
Okay. That's a control plus engineering task with a difficulty of 1. He's in engineering, so it reduces it to 0.
Who wants to roll?
You're David.
You've been David.
Yeah.
You be David.
Control plus.
I'm not going to be David.
Engineering.
You might beat David, but that's a different story.
Is there an applicable focus here? No.
What's that?
Applicable focus?
No.
Yeah.
0 success and a complication.
Let's cancel the complication.
Cancel complication.
It's done with dealing with shields. We're not going to have that right now.
All right. No. Structure plus engineering from the Bonaventure. Someone?
David, that's again on the captain.
Yep.
Well, David.
No, the Bonaventure.
Yes.
Yes,
but
somebody else can roll for the Bonaventure. He just rolled.
Okay, just rolled.
Let's roll.
That's 1 success. So the momentum goes up to 5, and you have regenerated the shields up to your maximum, which is, I think, 13.
Yes.
Yes.
Good news.
Great news.
Okay, yeah, David communicates up that the shields are at maximum now. He's like, everything that I can do to keep the Bonaventure safe from engineering, I'm doing. And frankly, Captain, you probably don't want to know some of the things I had to do.
You're right, I don't want to know.
And hangs up on him.
No, puts them on mute.
Yeah, mute him. Don't.
He puts them on mute.
Yeah.
All right, that's the end of this round, and we are at time.
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
That was fast.
Yeah.
that did go fast.
Okay, so thanks everybody for coming. We're going to go offline now.
But stay tuned tomorrow.
Stay
we'll
tuned
finish
tomorrow.
combat.
We will
Woo!
finish up.
Awesome.
It's seemingly with the Orion surrender.
Yes, of course.